Hello everyone, my name's Callum and this is going to be my Runescape 2007 barrows guide. Now, first off, it will be in separate orders of what to do, where to go and everything like that. So, starting off we'll have a quick introduction of what I'm doing exactly right now. Then it'll be the gear you need to take, then it'll be the route you need to take to get there. There'll be multiple choice routes in the video so you can actually see where you need to go. And then there will be an actual layout of barrows, what you need to pray and what you need to do when you get there, guys. So enjoy the video. Right then, firstly we'll come into the mage setup. Now, mage is the main method of combat you'll be using throughout all of barrows. You mage all of the barrows brothers, and I recommend having level 35 mage for firebolt at least before you even contemplate starting barrows. Now, personally, I find this is the best gear for maging in. Now, obviously you can swap it out if you don't have any of the gear, such as the average accumulator, you can just swap out for an obby cape or something like that. The arrows, I actually recommend using adamant. I don't know why I've got iron on here, but I just do. I suggest always bringing a ring of life if you got it, as it just can be risky. If you DC or something and your prayer drops, like this has happened to me before, then it can be like a really annoying losing all your gear. So I suggest bringing a ring of life, as that will save you if you do cock up. Now, blue mystic is the cheapest as far as I know, so I use that and I find it's pretty decent. I just use a glory average accumulator, and then I use a staff of air. Now with this staff of air I use wind blast. Now it only requires one death rune, and because you're using the staff of air you do not need to bring air runes with you. Now I find this setup personally is best for maging, and now we'll go into the range setup. Now for the range setup you just bring a set of blue D-hide or whatever D-hide you have for your range level. You keep your mystic gloves on and everything, you just bring the top legs, and then a magic short bow, which means I suggest having 50 ranged or higher just for a rims, because now if you try to amelia rims it's going to take you a while, and so it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the arse. So I suggest just bringing adamant arrows. You only need around 50 or so, and if you've got an average accumulator then you'll use even less than that, so that's pretty good. Now, magic short bow is a pretty decent weapon. You will get arrow down in around 30 seconds to a minute depending on your range level, and so it's pretty decent there. Now, the only time you will use melee gear, which is when you're tanking through the tunnels. When you run through the tunnels, you equip your melee gear and you will go down. You will use your melee gear to get to 14 kill count, and this will give you the best chance of getting barrows items. Now, the melee gear is solely just for running through the tunnels itself. It just provides you with a little bit of extra bonuses just to tank through all those little monster hits running through. Now, I suggest just bringing a rune plate body and rune legs and a dragon scimitar if you've got it. If you don't have these, then I suggest swapping it out with maybe a rune scimitar and then whatever plate body and legs you can wear, just going down or up. Or you can always substitute it for barrows items if you're a higher level. As I said, just keep the ring of life on as it is brilliant, and glory, you can substitute this out for any kind of strength amulet or amulet of power, anything like this. So I think that's a pretty decent setup, and I think now we should move on to how you actually get there. Just quickly before we go on to how to get there, I forgot to mention the actual inventory setup you will be using if you follow this guide. Now, this is what your inventory should look something like. Now, you're not going to need 8 prayer pots, but I always bring 8 anyway, just in case for some reason I screw up or whatever reason something goes wrong, whatever. So I always bring 8. You'll need a shovel to dig into the mounds themselves. You should bring your D-hide, and you got it, your magic short bow, your main weapon of choice, in this case a dragon scimitar, your rune. You should have your mage gear equipped with a shield. Now that's something I forgot to mention as well. You can bring any kind of shield you want. I personally bring an unholy book, as it's got the best stats for mage and ranged kind of thing. And you can bring, like, if you don't have this, you can just bring a rune shield or something. It's going to lower your bonus, but not by too much, and it'll just increase your defense capability in the tunnels itself. Or you could always swap it out for a rune defender and just speed up that, getting that kill count a little bit more. Now you should always have your runes, and I bring air runes, earth runes and law runes, because I actually have my play around house set up with portals and everything, so I just go there, recharge my player points, and then go back to Varrock after I've done. You should bring anywhere from 8 to 9 to 10 food, something like that, and that should get you through pretty easily through the tunnels. But if you are a lower level, then you might want to substitute 1 or 2 prayer potions out for food, and maybe go up to a high level food such as sharks, as this probably, well, you're going to take a lot more damage than you will be. Now I actually exert a few, I'm only 44 defense at the moment, and I do alright with this. I finish with loads of prayer pots and loads of food, so you guys should generally be pretty okay, but I just thought I'd better quickly tell you guys this. Right guys, now this is going to be how to get to Barrows itself. Now firstly, you can teleport to Varrock Centre, bank there, and then run up to the temple up here, up the top left hand corner. Now to go through this method, it actually requires the completion of the Priest in Peril quest, and to do Barrows in general you're going to need to do this quest anyway, unless you do Ghost Ahoy and use the Ectofungus method, but I'm not going to mention that in this video. Now after you go through the temple, you carry on down and run through here to the gate, and then once you're at the gate you turn your run on, then run through Mauritania Swamp, and you can actually go down here, and then there'll be a little boat you can actually get onto, and basically you can just jump on the boat near the Mauritania Swamp sign, and that'll take you straight down to Barrows. Or you can continue and follow this route all the way around if you don't use the boat, and then you can just carry on running, and you'll reach the Barrows. Now the next method here in red is actually requires completion in aid of the Moirique, and basically you go to the trapdoor behind the bar in Canifis, you go under that, and then it'll bring you up, and then you go over the bridge, and then you go to the Hollows, and you take the boat from there, and it'll take you straight to Barrows as well. Now the Hollows is basically where you want to go to actually take the boat, and so once you've taken the boat, it'll bring you to a little bridge. You run over the little bridge, and then you head straight into Barrows. Right guys, now we're here at Barrows itself, and this is going to be the order you actually kill Barrows in and what you need to pray. Now as I said at the start of the guide, you're going to need 43 prayer. Well, as I mentioned at the start of the guide, you're going to need 43 prayer to even contemplate doing this method, and this is the order you're going to be killing the brothers in. Now you're going to get Darox out of the way first, because he's the hardest hitter of the group, and he's the one you're most likely to die on. If your prayer drops on him and he's he's like on low HP, then he can just one hit you easily, and you're screwed basically. After you've killed Darox, well, you simply just go in, pray melee, and then that's it. There's nothing else. Just make sure you keep your prayer high, as actually being inside the rooms with the Barrows brothers, your prayer points will drain 10 every 30 seconds or so. Secondly, you come out and then you head over to Kirill's, which is the one in the middle. Now for Kirill's you pray ranged, and you sit here and mage him. Now you may be thinking, hang on a second, he's a ranged boss, but you mage him. Yeah, that's right. Unless you've got really high melee stats, and I'm talking like 90 plus here, you just mage him. Mage hits a lot higher than melee at lower levels, and for some reason, I don't know why, it just does. And you want to get him out of the way second, because he's actually going to lower your mage. Now, you want to keep your mage as high as you can for killing the other brothers. So basically, you just get him out of the way next, and then it'll give your mage a chance to recharge as you're killing the rest of the brothers. Thirdly, you'll go to a Rims. Now, a Rims is going to lower all your other melee stats, so you want to get them out of the way third, so they recharge for getting kill count in the actual tunnels themselves. Now, it's simple, just go in, pray mage, and you equip your D-hide and your magic shortbow, and you simply just range him to death until he's gone. Basically, then you'll head out, you'll go to Guthin, because he's literally the easiest. You just go in, pray melee, kill, simple. You go in, and next you'll head over to Torax, and you'll simply just do exactly as you did with Guthins. Go in, pray melee, and then just mage him to death as well. And lastly, you'll go to Varrock. Now, Varrock's special ability actually means he can hit through your prayer, which makes him very dangerous. Now, you'll go in for Varrock and pray melee. Now, you'll just simply keep maging him to death, except he will occasionally keep hitting through your prayer. So what you want to do is just make sure to watch your prayer, keep that high, and watch your HP as well. And if he carries on hitting through, just simply eat and carry on maging him to death. You shouldn't have that much trouble. But apart from that, that's simple. Now, one of these will actually result in being your tunnel. Now, what this means is the brother's not going to be there. So after you've killed all the other brothers, all of the 5 brothers, then you go back to that tunnel and you go down. Now you will be in the tunnels below, and I'll just move on to that now. Right then, next off, once you go down through the chest that you didn't have a Barrows brother in, you will come out into a place looking like this. Now you will start off in the like green room with the little green ladder, and basically there'll be 6 rooms for you to go through, as well as 4 tunnels around the outside. Now the idea is to get to the chest room in the centre. Now only one of these doors on each side will be open, so basically you just keep following your doors around until you come to a door that you can open that'll lead to the centre. Now this door will actually have a puzzle on, and coming up next there'll be answer to all of the puzzles. But in these rooms now, each time you go through a door, there's a possibility of your barrows brother spawning. So just keep your fingers on your prey pots, and then basically just be ready to drink any, and then pop your prey on quickly, depending on which brother it is that put the tunnel for you. Now, in these rooms as well with you, there will be creatures such as bloodworms or crypt rats or something like that. Now, I suggest getting up your kill count on bloodworms or crypt rats, as they are the lowest levels monsters there, and they're the easiest to kill. And trying to avoid killing skeletons and such, as they will take a lot longer to kill and drain your food. Now, basically the idea is just to keep running towards the middle and follow your doors around. It's simple as that. It's not hard whatsoever, and everyone should be able to do this with relative ease. But just don't panic when your barrows brother spawns, and you should be fine. Lastly, moving on now, is the answers to the puzzles. Now, as you can see here, there is 4 different puzzles that can possibly appear for you. Now, all the answers to the puzzles are actually the ones highlighted in green with the green circle around them, and it'll be one of these 4 puzzles every time. And the monsters in the room will be aggressive, so you only have about 2 to 3 seconds to quickly answer these, so it's pretty good that you could do with memorising these answers. They're not hard. Once you've done a few barrows runs, you'll get to know them, and it's really simple and easy. Now, after you've answered this, a grinding mechanism on the door will open up, and this means you can run into the chest room and loot your chest. Now, just a word of warning: if your barrows brother has not spawned whilst running through the tunnels for you, then as soon as you click to open that chest, he will spawn. So have your prey ready and on, depending on which brother it is that you're expecting to spawn, and then simply kill them. After that, once you've killed him, you loot your chest, see what you've got. Hopefully you've got something good. Good luck if you do get something, and I hope you do. And then the crypt will begin to shake. This is where either, if you want to go for more than one run, then you can just run back through and up and whatever else, or you can just teleport out, which is generally what I do. I only go for 1 run at a time, which isn't too efficient, but it's just what I like to do. And yeah, so just teleport out to your chosen location, either using teleport runes brought with you, or a teletab, or anything like that, and then that's it. To be honest, that's your barrows run over and done with. You've either made money, or, well, generally you break even pretty much every time. So yeah, you either got an item, or you haven't got an item, or you want to go back for another one. But this is what I could think to put into a guide for you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I know it wasn't the best guide. It's my first ever attempt at making a guide, and just don't hate it too much, please. I tried to put everything together I could do, and yeah, it was just like my first attempt. And please, can you leave creative feedback down in the comments section? Like, just what to improve, what was wrong, and if there's any information in the video is wrong, please don't just go, oh my god, you're stupid, it's all wrong, like that. Just say, oh yeah, you've got to mention this thing, and then I'll try and add it back into the guide. And yeah, but anyway guys, if this guide did help you in any way whatsoever, then please give it a like, and if it was decent enough, then please subscribe, as I'd really appreciate it. And if it was really helpful, then please remember to favourite it. But that's it for now guys, and so thanks for watching.